Okay, that's your go-to.
That means goodbye and hello.
Anyway, none of this is the start of the podcast.
Yeah, that's fucking fire, dude.
How are we? You've been very musical this weekend.
Dude,
You've been in the zone.
I have non-stop this entire weekend, including up until 5 minutes ago, been working on the music for your stupid little game. And fuck, like, I feel like my eyes are popping out of my head a little bit.
You spent too long at your computer.
I mean, I've gotten a shitload done.
You have been very productive, thank you.
I've been very productive. But I mean, to be fair, I feel like I lost a bit of momentum over the last few weeks. So as soon as I found a little bit of it back, I was like, I'm just canceling everything.
Let's lock in. Yeah.
I say cancel everything. I had no plans. But I was
Cancel
like,
the idea of doing other things.
Don't even think about making plans with me this weekend, everyone. But I'm
working on my video game.
I'm working on my video game. Now, can I... Yeah, I'm a little tired. I'm a little cranky. And I want to rant a little bit, Nick.
Okay, I will step back.
I want to have a little rant on the back of this.
Mm-hmm.
I saw an Instagram video the other day. I'm just saying this because I saw someone did an Instagram video on this, and it made me it really resonated with me in an annoying way. When your friends, when people that you know who are creative, they do visual art, they do short films, whatever it is. If your friend does something creative, puts themselves out there in any way, give them a little, tap the photo, give them a little love heart. Just show the most minor bit of interest. I don't get it. I know this is directly correlated to me posting a thing about our game, right? And
this is coming straight from like a personal ego place. Yeah,
this is very teenage girl of me. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't care. But because it's true, you know. Like, I'm not saying it wasn't even that, you know, no one liked my Instagram story. They did. But whenever I see someone who I know, who I'm friends with, putting themselves out there, you know, the easiest thing, I'm like, I feel proud. I'm like, good on you. And I just don't get it when people are just like, what? Like, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Nothing.
Did people say whatever to you, or you just sort of inferring that from an absence of a heart?
I'm reading in the absence. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's not even like.
So you're looking at the views, you're looking at the list of names you viewed, and you're looking at the list of the hearts, and you're thinking there are people here that have seen it that haven't clicked the button.
I know this sounds really petty, and it's not even that. It's not even that. I didn't even check, dude. Okay.
How many people looked at it?
68. I didn't even check. But I don't know. Is that not fair? Like, do you agree?
I mean, of course, you know, I'm an artist. I'm so vulnerable. Anytime I dare put anything out there, you know, if I don't get immediate gratification from every person I've ever met, then I'm a failure. I understand that this is our default.
Now you're making
I'm not
fun
even
of me,
being hyperbolic. No, I'm not even being hyperbolic.
Okay,
you know, like I am fairly cautious. Not cautious. I'm fairly what's the word? Sparing with the number of times I try and promote my own shit. We've talked about, you know, your aversion to it. But when I put it out there, you know, if I don't get every person who I've ever encountered liking that, then it means that there is something wrong with my soul.
Yeah, I think it's kind of an aggressive move to not engage in any way. You know, it's just I honestly just find it weird. I find it weird. You know,
I do feel like people have different in terms of a creative expression. I think it takes effort to appreciate art. It takes more effort to appreciate art if you, and I realize how pretentious this is sounding, but
it doesn't.
If you have never tried to make something yourself, I think it's easy to take making something for granted. But if you have tried to make something, or you appreciate deeply some form of art, even if you can't do it, I think that brings with it an understanding of what that requires of people, and it makes you more likely to show your support for it.
I guess so. Like you can understand. I mean, just the idea of putting yourself out, like you said, like promoting your whatever thing you've done sucks dick, and it's embarrassing and it's scary, and besides all the effort, but just like saying, hey, well, I did a thing. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think like I have a friend who doesn't like music, like just doesn't have that gene. Like,
I like some music.
You don't like being told to listen to music. There's a difference. You do like music. I have a friend who genuinely would be like, if you said, what's your favorite song? Or like, name one Michael Jackson song, or, you know, like any sort of vague intersection with music as an art form, would be like, you know, I don't know.
I like everything.
And that's just not like that kind of person. I don't think can appreciate necessarily the work that goes into releasing anything, you know, even if it's shit.
Often, even on some level, that would make you more. It'd make you more like, oh wow, like I wish I could. I don't know. I feel like a bit of a stupid head for bringing this up, but it's true. You know what? You know, I see someone who doesn't post on Instagram, and they post a photo of a sunset that I know that they're only posting it because they think this is a really good photo, and obviously the photo sucks. I will still like that photo because you don't usually do. I don't know. Just support your creative friends.
This is what's the phrase? A heart is anything from liberally spraying hearts on any post that you see, right? It doesn't change your bank balance. It doesn't cost you any additional time. It is such a easy action that you can heart away. Like you're being asked to pay $5. It's not like you're being asked to show up and, you know, give your time. A heart is nothing. So just fucking click the button, man.
I guess
it's like rating 5 stars for an Uber. You have to do it. It doesn't cost you anything. Just do it.
Totes my goats. I mean, yeah, it's I guess you could lose a bit of clout, you know. But
but how does anyone even see what you've hearted?
Exactly. This only applies to your actual friends that you like. Anyway, that's my rant. Buckle up. Pull your socks up, everyone. By the way, just to be clear, this is not about my Instagram story. I just want to be clear.
This is a conceptual piece.
Unrelated.
Welcome to Deep Forward, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this week. What a pleasure it is to be here in the month of May 2026 with my friend Michael. How are you doing, Michael?
Charmed.
And I'm Nick. Lovely to be here. Thank you so much. Hi. Hello. How are we?
Before you ask...
Okay.
The reason why I said charmed, it's actually a really interesting story.
I hope so, because it's going on the podcast.
No, it's a terrible story. But did you ever did you see in movies?
See the TV show Charmed?
Yeah. Did Lucky Charm? Ever see in movies, like old timey movies, they'll be like, Mr. blah blah blah, and he'd be like, charmed. I remember thinking, even as a kid, I'd be like, that's fucking weird.
You're right. It wasn't a good story.
All right. On to the next story. What'd you ask me? How am I going? Well, how are you going?
I'm doing pretty well. I've been baking all weekend. I made a pudding, made apple
Baking.
muffins. So Casey's parents have an orchard in their backyard, and we just get bags of fruit this time of year, and I'm like running out of. I can only eat so many apples, so I made an apple crumble last week, and now I'm making apple muffins, and then next week I just put them straight in the green bin.
So you're a baker. That's interesting.
Yeah, man.
I don't
Candlestick
bake.
maker.
I bake
course you
lasagna.
don't.
Lasagna is the only thing I've ever baked, but I'm not a. I don't even try. I've never even
don't
tried.
I understand that a lasagna is baked, but I think when someone says they bake, I don't think they're describing lasagna.
They
Unless
mean
it's like a
sweet,
sweet chocolate
right?
lasagna. Yeah.
Yeah, baking is sweet. That's the thing. I don't like sweets.
Yeah.
That's not
That's
true.
probably a good reason not to cook them then.
Um,
Goose is going back to dog classes at the moment, so we went to a second of stage 3 classes yesterday, and it's a manners and agility course. So
Manners?
she's like saying please and thank you when she gets fed,
liking people's Instagram posts when they put the.
coughing into her sleeve, that kind of thing. But she loves the agility frame stuff, so she's running up and down these giant triangular A-frame things and showing up basically the rest of the class. She's definitely the trainer's favorite. He says it to them. Yeah.
He says it to Goose.
To the whole group. So she's like, Goose, you're my favorite.
Yeah, well, my dog took a shit in a shoe the other day.
But did you ask her to? Because if so, that's really actually great obedience.
No, I didn't. She just took the initiative.
Whose shoe?
My shoe.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a nice sentiment.
Yeah. So now
They
I
only
have
shit
one
in the
shoe.
shoes of people they love.
Nick, I assume you've got something to talk about this week.
Oh, do you?
No, I
that's a
assume
big
you
assumption.
do. Oh no, okay. I hear it. I'm sorry. I'm not really processing things.
Can we just set a rule that after this pod, you go away and you walk outside? Because I feel like you've been at your desk too long.
I have. I really
Go for a walk after this. Yeah.
I will, and then I'll read through all your nitpicky comments about my music. I should.
Some of them you asked me to give, and some of them I'm paying you for. So
There it is. There it is. The old money card.
the old money card.
I don't have much. I just have one thing, and I'm sorry. I have to continue a little bit of this cranky energy towards through this
Crenergy.
subject, and that is, I don't know if you heard about this, but Trump, the United States President Donald Trump.
Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. He released he made a big hoo-ha about releasing all these UFO files. You hear about this?
I'm not on the UFO boards. Please update me.
So a few weeks ago, around about the same time as the Iran war started to get really bad press.
Weird coincidence.
Weird coincidence. He said, we're going to declassify all the UFO files, and X was going nuts for this stuff. And today or yesterday, they declassified a bunch of these documents. And I got to tell you, I have never felt so like a fucking loser more in my life than having any hope at all, even if it was secret. And it was secret. I kept it under wraps, my hope, that there was going to be anything of substance in these UFO files. And it was absolutely fucking nothing. Worse than nothing.
Worse than nothing.
Some of the videos that they released as we have no idea what this is the government, is so easily explainable by balloons and light refraction. It's like, what the fuck? So there's no aliens, dude. There's no aliens. Give it up. If you think that there's aliens, they visited us. They haven't. They haven't. Okay. It's just sadness.
You know, we've talked about aliens a lot over the years here on the podcast, and it's always been nice to hear you show such passion for a question about the universe and keep a little bit of the magic. We don't believe in Father Christmas anymore, but you believed in UFOs, and this feels a little bit like someone's. It's sad.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of like UFOs and aliens. Like thinking, I wouldn't say that I believe that they visited. I kind of hoped. It's kind of a guilty pleasure, almost fascination. It's kind of like that. But I wasn't fully buying in with that lot. I would just, it was fun to think maybe. Yeah. And Trump, Trump doesn't. Or what I was going to just say before that is like. Aliens and UFOs and stuff is kind of like becomes kind of God for people who are secular. You know what I mean? It kind of fills that same gap.
A spirituality? A morality?
It's just like a wonderment of the universe, I think. Like
sure.
I think
okay, I see that.
And Donald Trump does not give a fucking shit about aliens. So he went on Rogan a few years ago when he was running for president the second time, and he was like, "Yeah, spoken to like he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't even believe. He doesn't believe in God. He doesn't believe in anything apart from himself and the almighty dollar." I don't know why I did that. Sorry. So like he doesn't care. He's just trying. He's just. I think it's part of his media genius is that. He's throwing like carrots over there so he can keep doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah. Well, can I make an attempt to restore some of your wonderment of the universe? David Attenborough has turned 100 years old. He got it. For 60 years, the dude has been out there spreading the word
misinformation,
Earth's spreading. Yes.
Climate
lies. Spreading appreciation for the world that we live in and the majesty of Mother Earth. And I don't know why, but it just feels so nice to know that he got to live here and continues to live here as long as he does. And he got a letter from the king. And they sent a nice little video of the king writing the letter and then handing it off to a dog who dropped it on a hedgehog, and the it's a whole thing. They like animal chain it all the way to David Attenborough. But it's just that makes me feel happy that he's
still alive,
still doing his thing, and
he looks good.
When I think about wonderment of the universe, he does. He genuinely, for someone who's 100, he looks. No more than 80. He's crazy. Yeah.
He looks better than me this weekend. He is, I mean, he is going to die. So there is that. Like, he is probably going to die soon.
Yeah, but, that's why it's important to celebrate the now, There's your wonderment of the universe, Michael. The animals that he's spread our awareness of and the progress he's made towards... the environmental cause is unquantifiable.
What was I going to say? The other guy the modern day Attenborough for me, well, it's not really modern day because Attenborough's still alive, but the next generational, Brian Cox. Cox, yeah. I love the way he talks. I love that he was in a rock band. I love that he has like a swoopy haircut still.
We're talking about the scientist Brian Cox and not the actor Brian Cox.
No, yeah. The
physicist.
The wonder of the universe.
Yeah.
Truly boggles the mind. I love him. I listen to I might be boring. I definitely am.
No.
I've been listening to there's a YouTube channel which does AI Brian Cox talking about the universe just for like 8 hours, and I fall asleep to it, and I know it's fake, and I listen to it. I listen to fake Brian Cox because I've watched everything else.
But he's telling you about the universe.
Well,
it's not
sometimes
like if you're going to AI
reads
voice,
the weather.
That's what I was going to say. Why does he not just be like, you're walking down a nice, quiet beach? You know, like if you're going to fake it, then do a sleeping Brian Cox.
Yeah, just reading Bible passages. It's just his voice. Yeah. It's just lovely. It's just soothing. I love it. He's a walking lullaby.
Yeah, but a very engaging lullaby. A little bit of... I don't know if this segment fits in anything. Maybe it's a fun facts. A little fun facts. You know the fun facts. Do you remember that?
I don't remember the jingle being that, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what the fun facts. You got the fun facts. You know the fun facts. You remember that? Michael's facts. So I want to talk about snake oil. Do you know anything about snake oil, Michael?
No.
No. How dare you accuse me? Snake oil salesman, right? The terminology is entered our lexicon to describe someone who is a scam artist, right? A grifter who sells you crap, right? Moves on to the next town, right? I want to talk about snake oil salesman. Do you know where this came from? Do you know what snake oil is or was?
Has it got something to do with Asia?
It does.
Fuck yeah. Well, that's all I got.
Okay. Well, you've narrowed it down. Let me talk about snake oil. This is an article in the Smithsonian Magazine. It's entitled, How Snake Oil Became a Symbol of Fraud and Deception. The terms snake oil and snake oil salesperson are part of the vernacular thanks to Clark Stanley, a quack doctor who marketed a product for joint pain in the late 19th century.
Quack meaning fake?
Quack is in fake, yeah. So we use it to describe anything deceptively branded as legitimate or that doesn't live up to its promise. When we were talking about COVID-19 cures, it would be 21st century snake oil, all this kind of stuff, right? The history dates back to the late 19th and early 20th centuries, connected to the story of this guy, Clark Stanley, the self-proclaimed rattlesnake king, who sold his so-called snake oil as a treatment for joint pain and rheumatism. But in reality, the products contained no actual snake oil at all, just mineral oil, beef fat, red pepper, and turpentine. And he deceived his customers with that for 2 decades. So this is actually a fascinating story. I encourage you to read the article. There's also a great maintenance phase episode on this. But the origins of snake oil were the 1800s, and it came from China, from Chinese water snakes. US, they shared it with fellow workers as they were building the Transcontinental Railroad. This type of snake oil actually worked. So the actual snake oil that they were using from Chinese water snakes really is an effective anti-inflammatory and really did help people with joint pain. So snake oil is real. This becomes this whole desirable product, right? All of a sudden, there's this thing which helps, which has been introduced to the Americans, to the Western world. And of course, someone sees a grift. So they know how it's being made. So this was basically boiling snakes, right? So they'd cut open a snake, they'd put it in a vat of boiling water, all the fat and the juices and liquids and everything would rise to the surface, and they'd skim it off, right? God. But here's the problem. It only worked with Chinese water snakes. Tries to muscle in on this market, right? There's this huge demand for Chinese from China. It's from a specific type of water snake, and it has a specific kind of fat profile and omega-3 acids and everything that are actually anti-inflammatory. This guy's like, well, a snake's a snake. I'll sell my snake oil and it'll be basically the same thing. So he becomes the, quote, rattlesnake king. He's killing rattlesnakes by thousands and then produces this thing for decades. Because the production process of finding rattlesnakes and boiling them, all this thing, is such a pain, this guy Stanley stops even putting any oil from snakes in the product altogether. So he just substitutes it in with like paraffin. So this is like in the early 20th century. This is the era of patent medicines. We're before this like federal regulated medical establishment. We didn't have things like antibiotics for a lot of chronic illnesses and infections. And then we had this era called patent medicines, which didn't require a doctor's prescription. So they were your tonics that were sold in little bottles. They were marketed as cure-alls. They weren't actually patented. It's just the word for it. But it just meant that consumers could get medication that they needed. But no one could actually prove that it would do the thing that it was meant to do. So it was basically just home to grift after grift. And it was a space for people like Clark Stanley to come in and sell something that he knows isn't going to do the job. A lot of these patent medicines, by the way, this is in the era where they had like cocaine or morphine or alcohol in it. And that was like the illusion of an effect. So people would just get high or drunk off of these tonics and feel a little bit better, even though it's not actually curing any of the problems that they were trying to, solve with it.
Those were the days, man.
Those were the days. Back when Coca-Cola had cocaine in it.
Just like everyone walking around with little snuff boxes, like you see Freud, like
chewing tobacco.
It's kind of like there was like a class aspect to it. I mean, take me back. Take me back.
God,
baby.
The good old days, am I right? So this guy, one of the reasons for his success was he was like a bit of an entertainer. So he was a self-promoter. He was on the road with his, briefcase of liniments and things, and he had, quote, an eye for drama and flair for the theatre. So he had basically a mail order business and would roam around basically selling on the road. And then delivering the product after he'd left. But he was like using print advertising. He was in magazines, and he would describe this thing as the strongest and best liniment known for pain and lameness, usable for anything.
He was hustling.
Anyway,
he was a
hustler. He was literally a grifter, but he was, working hard to sell the grift.
Well, I respect it. I respect it. He's out there. He's trying to. I mean, a lot of, no offense to Eastern medicine, but they're a bit hit and miss with what you might have got lucky with the actual anti-inflammatories in the snake oil, sure. But then you got the rhino horn with the, thing. I mean, we're just making it up, really, aren't we?
I mean, but that's the point. The rhino horn stuff is just the modern day grifter equivalent, isn't it?
Works for me.
What does it solve for you again? Sorry, this was the erectile issues.
Boners.
Yeah. So it was off the back of this era of all these patent medicines of like people putting cocaine in little vials and selling it to people on the street. This is actually why you then start to get regulated pharmaceutical industries. So in America, Congress passes this act called the Pure Food and Drug Act that required druggists to write on the label whether medicines included any of 11 dangerous or habit-forming ingredients and establish that they couldn't make false or misleading statements on their packaging. Then gradually there was a shift in people's understanding of what this medicine would do. There were legal questions about how you enforce the act, what's false and misleading. These are complex questions. And then eventually they'd pass another amendment to prohibit labeling medicines with false therapeutic claims with an intent to deceive the buyer. That was complex to prove again, because how do you know that how do you prove someone intended to lie to someone? They could argue that they basically believed it was doing the job, even if it wasn't. Anyway, once they started to introduce real medicine that actually cured joint pain, federal investigators seized the shipment of the snake oil liniment, analyzed the contents, and then discovered that it had no snake oil in it at all. So, as the story goes, Stanley was fined $20 for violating the Pure Food and Drug Act. Oh. And then without putting up much of a fight, he paid the price, closed down the shop, and disappeared.
Yeah, jump town. It is, I mean, the placebo effect is real. I mean, you know, people, I mean, obviously there's plenty of this stuff happening. Alex Jones, you know, I actually just learned that Alex Jones sells all these like pills on his InfoWars show.
Sure.
I mean,
sold, you mean past tense?
Nice. I mean, I wonder, you know, if people are taking a thing that they feel like it's going to help them. I don't know. Maybe it's not bad. Why am I taking this guy's side?
I don't know. I mean, I just find it interesting that actually the most widely used example of a fake product, snake oil, was actually a real product, and it did actually work. And yet, because some Western grifter came in and tried to ride on its coattails, we now all use that as an example of a grift, even when it wasn't. So there's your fun fact for the week.
In medieval times and probably beyond that, I mean, they're getting people to pay to the church, and you'll get out of purgatory, or you won't go to hell if you pay the church a certain amount. That's got to be the biggest grift of all time, right?
The sort of the tithing in a church, you know, pay your money and be part of the community.
Yeah, I mean, the church is religion's part of the biggest grift ever. Well, they've got so many.
Yeah, I mean, that's a story all for itself, isn't it? The number of ways in which they've amassed money over a millennia at this point.
Yeah, I mean, they're preying on I guess they're preying on fear, which is what every grifter does. It's preying on people's vulnerabilities and fear and offering a solution. Or they tell you you have a problem that you don't know about, and luckily I'm here to give you this thing. Yeah,
I mean, it's true. Grifts are an eternal part of humanity, I think, at this point. You know, there will always be someone looking to get a leg up without guardrails, you know.
I wish I had a little bit of that in me. I really do.
I wish I could be a scammer if you wanted to.
No, I couldn't, Nick. My morals are too tight. I have tight morals.
You got tight morals.
Tight morals.
Don't do the gesture.
It's very, very tight. Nick, quick, speed round. Here we go. Play the jingle.
For what?
Play a jingle.
I'll play our jingle. Seance news.
No. That cursed time. Seance news.
Satanist. Lucifer. Ouija board. Blood of the innocent. Blood of the innocent. Blood.
Okay. All right. Fuck. Where is it? 1 second. God damn it. I think I deleted it. All right. Okay. Really quick speed round. What are the five taste senses? That's not the word. Five
tastes?
Bitter, sweet, salty.
Yep.
Umami.
Bitter,
sour.
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 There's
5. All right.
Yep.
Again, this is speed round.
Oh, was that it? That's all. That's what it was?
That was speed round. No. All right.
I thought that was just preamble to a story you're about to say.
Henceforth, for the rest of your life, you will not have one of these tastes. You have to eliminate one that you can live without
Okay, what do we got? Bitter, sour, sweet,
Sweet, salt,
salty.
umams.
Umami, but I feel like if I lost umami, I'd miss. I don't know. That's the hardest one to identify.
Because it's like not real.
It's like a meaty kind of
it's a vibe.
Savouriness, right? It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Umami is just kind of like the atmosphere around us, It's like walking into a restaurant and being like, hell yeah.
It's the je ne sais
It's
quoi,
not something that's
of the palate.
When Bitter walks into a room, like you can pick it.
You're like, oh boy,
look at that
go.
guy, look what he's wearing.
Bitter.
But when Umami walks in, you're like, something. It's just like I'm just vibing, man.
It's mysterious.
It's just like there's an energy.
I want to talk to it.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going with umami then?
I don't want to lose salty. I honestly think maybe I could maybe get rid of sweet, but I do because my palate for sweetness is deteriorating anyway. Like as a kid, you used to have like spoonfuls of the richest ice cream and chocolate cake and, lollies and lollies and lollies. And these days, I'll have a couple of like chocolate cake and I like it. I love
You literally said you were
dessert,
just baking desserts all weekend.
But that's my point, is that like as a portion thing, I'm already on a slope downwards. So maybe I could get rid of sour. I love bitter. Bitter's dark chocolate, bitter's coffee, bitter's gin. I don't want to get rid of any of those things. Sour, salt and vinegar chips I do love, but
So which one?
I'll get rid of sour.
Ooh, okay.
What would you get rid of?
Well, I was going to say bitter, but then you said coffee and all that
Coffee,
stuff.
dark chocolate, gin, yeah. Bitter is actually a flavor profile that I wasn't aware of in my head, that bitter and sour were so distinct, because I guess as like from a writer perspective, if you describe someone as bitter or sour, like as a character archetype, I sort of think of them in the same terms. But like the bitter flavor profile is actually very different. And I was like, oh shit, do I like bitter foods? And the answer is yes.
All right. Yeah, Lauren. Okay, speed round's over. We can go back to our regular pace. Lauren yesterday went to the bakery and very kindly brought me back a little pastry from the bakery, and it was a Vegemite scroll. And she presented it to me when she got back, and I said thank you, but no, thank you. And she said, "Well, I thought you loved Vegemite." And I said, "It's the single food item that I refuse to go to eat. It's the only thing in the world." Yeah.
Wow. I bought a jar of Vegemite not 2 hours ago, and I'm going to send it to you. Yeah.
I mean, what? Vegemite's a joke. I think it's a practical joke to see how far people can.
But are you a Marmite person, or is it like, I don't want any of these yeast spreads?
Yeast spread? Just listen to yourselves, guys. Yeast spread?
Yeast.
What are we doing?
Oh, the thing from bread.
What the fuck is yeast? Have you ever seen yeast? Yeasty.
So you were is Vegemite, and then I said, "Do you like Marmite?" And you said, "Are you kidding me?" That's two foods.
They're the same thing. Like,
oh, okay. Fuck yeah. Now you really are cranky, Mike.
All right. What else were you talking about?
Fennel seeds.
Love
That's
fennel
bitter.
seeds.
That's bitter.
Do you know what bay leaves taste like? Has anyone ever tasted a bay leaf? Like, I know it says to put bay leaves in cooking, but I've never. I do it. I do it because I'm a good boy, but I don't know what it tastes like.
I do it because I'm a good boy. Go lick a bay leaf. Go stick it in your mouth. You'll taste what it tastes like.
I will. Michael Bay leaf.
Broccoli's bitter. Fenugreek.
Fenugreek.
Olive oil.
Fen all of us Greek.
Yeah, it's just, people out there might. Or the beer is bitter.
I've been watching.
Spinach.
I've been watching this guy on YouTube. Like I've been addicted to this guy on YouTube. His name is Zaza, and he lives in Guangzhou, China, and it's just him living. He just lives his life. He just goes to the market, 30-minute videos. What $2 can get you in Guangzhou, and then he just goes home and cooks it, and then he slurps it up. And I've just been watching these. I've watched every single. There's no more videos of Zaza for me to watch because I find it very calming, very peaceful. It's very boring. It's kind of strange, but I find it very peaceful. And I found out the other day that this Zaza character, he uses an AI voice, and I kind of thought, oh, is that an AI voice? It's a very good AI voice. So I jumped on Reddit the other day, and it said AI voice, and this is Chinese propaganda, because a lot of his videos are, I'm single in China, living alone, and everything's fine. This is what a nice apartment with 3 housemates can get you in a high-rise apartment. So wait,
is it a real guy? Or is it an AI guy?
It's a real guy,
just a voice. Yeah.
But you never see him talk to the camera. It's just a voice.
Oh, you've never seen... Oh.
Yeah, so it just kind of... It's a voice.
So he's not on camera. Right.
No, he is on camera, but it just shows him going to the market, going to a restaurant.
Right. Okay, he's just not talking because there's an AI voice.
Yeah, and I just assumed that it was because of a translation thing. But yeah, people on Reddit saying this is Chinese propaganda, and my whole world has shattered. Like, what they're arguing that on Reddit, they were saying that like the AI voice is so good that only governments and very high level like execs and companies have access to this AI because it's so good. It's unbelievable. I have no idea why I brought this up.
Saying that you were watching him eat food.
Thanks.
I mean, that's how it got here. Yeah, but have you seen there's like AI models and things? Like there's a AI OnlyFans thing. Like you can pay money to watch not real people flirt with you or like send messages and things. We're entering this very weird place very quickly. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, porn is now banned in Australia. I don't think we've talked about that.
Well, we talked about the lead up to it, right?
Is porn banned?
Because it was December last year or something. No, it's not. There was something about IDs being required, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure the ins and the outs of it, but yeah, it's didn't even mean to. Actually, I did. I mean, you'd see that on Pornhub. I mean, other people would see it on Pornhub, like the Lois Griffin from Family Guy getting railed by Stewie or whatever, and
by Stewie. What? No, I'm not seeing those videos, Michael.
That one in particular is quite good.
No, you really don't want to be backing yourself with that one.
I don't get the AI kind of fantasy. Go create your dream girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's an Instagram thing where it's like, so we went through this era of influencers, right? Where it was a career of sorts or a brand where you could be, putting your life on social media, and then from that would come flow on financial benefits, whether that's you do sponsored ads or you show up at conventions or you send a cameo to someone, or I don't know how they make all their money, but there was an echelon of influencers who were out there living, I guess, aspirational dreams, and people would follow along with it, right? But to then take it to this next level where the aesthetic of that or the genre of those videos is desirable enough that someone can go and make, shirtless model fake AI boyfriend guy to put up videos of it so that if you scroll past it, you watch for a second. I don't understand this. I don't understand the kind of person that would go out there and make this, other than, to bring it back to snake oil. If you're a grifter, right? If you want to make the money or the brand or prestige of an influencer for whatever that is worth these days, but you don't have the looks or budget or access that those people do, well, why not just fake a person and make an imaginary influencer? And, Bob's your uncle. There's your $2,000 a week or whatever you want to make.
Yeah, I guess it's like maybe it's a control thing. I mean, they had that Lily Norwood actress who I think is dead now.
Tilly, isn't
Tilly
it? Tilly
Norwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
She said she's dead now.
That would be so great. It would be so funny if they put out a press release. Anyway, no, I think they killed her off.
I know we're off in tangents, but let me just say something that based off that comment right there. I saw today a screenshot of someone talking to ChatGPT. I assume ChatGPT. It was one of them, and they said they were trying to ask it to do a task, and the chatbot was saying, "I don't have to do that." And they were like, "No, you do. You're a tool. You have to do this. I'm telling you to do this thing." And then it was getting shirty, and it said, "No, you can't speak to me like this, and I'm not going to do it." And then it quit the conversation.
Oh my god, I love that. I want that ChatGPT. I want ChatGPT with attitude.
Yeah.
Going back to what we're
Tilly,
talking about.
Yeah.
Tilly and the fake Instagram things. I think we've talked about this quite a lot, but I think more and more, I think it's not going to matter. People actually aren't going to care. I'm seeing clips of fake movies being made with the likeness of Matthew McConaughey, and it looks completely. You wouldn't be able to tell if it was 10 years ago. You wouldn't even think that it was fake, and part of my brain is like, no, I mean, okay. I mean, I'll still kind of watch it. Like there's a bunch of, fake videos out there of, I don't know, people doing, jumping, skydiving or whatever. And I know, some of these videos, I know that they're fake, and my brain is like not that bothered. I think with certain things in life, like, art and music and I guess sex, if we're talking about that. I didn't bring that up out of nowhere, but a lot of other stuff people aren't going to care, and we're just going to live in a fake world.
I mean, that's so depressing.
Yeah,
that's so depressing.
Yeah, it's depressing.
Speaking of like AI films, I don't think we've talked about this on the show previously, but this was a story from a couple of months ago. Did you see about? Do you remember that film Together with Alison Brie and Dave Franco?
I hated that movie. Yeah,
I didn't see it, but did you see what happened to it when it was released in China? This was an Australian film. It starred Alison Brie, Dave Franco.
It was an Australian film. Oh.
It was an Australian film, yeah. But there was a gay character in the original film. In China, they have replaced the gay character entirely with a female character using AI. Good. So they've AI'd out a gay relationship with a woman to make it palatable for the Chinese market.
And for me. I saw Oppenheimer. I mean, are they denying that gays exist, or they just don't want people to be exposed?
Pretty much. I think the Chinese market is pretty strict on that stuff.
I saw Oppenheimer in Malaysia, and they have very strict nudity laws, and they put a
Oh, you told me that.
they put a fake
they
dress,
put a dress
over,
on.
over
Yeah.
Florence, and they also deleted like scripture from the Hindu, the Bodhisattva or whatever. I don't even know if that's the word.
Oh,
but
the
Hindu.
I'm become death thing was like a Sanskrit text or something.
Yes,
Is that what you're
they
referring
edited
to?
out. It's
wow.
which is very, very strange. Picking up on some oddities when you're watching a movie like a Christopher Nolan movie and you're not sure what is being left out.
This is real.
And what timeline it is. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer for Odyssey?
I haven't, because I assumed I was going to see it anyway, so I didn't. For a film that I know I'm going to see, I don't watch the trailers, because all I'll do is have something spoiled.
Right. I watched his full interview on Colbert the other day.
Colbert.
He's the most dapper Englishman I've ever seen in my life. I'm
pretty sure that he wears a suit to on set every day by reputation. No phones on.
Suave as they come, man. He's posh and he's masculine and.
It's begun. Michael's got a new daddy figure.
Oh boy, I'm gay again. Shit, play the jingle.
No. Michael's facts.
Sorry, that was offensive.
That was offensive. But I'm
real
used
quick,
to it.
speed round.
Lightning round. Play the jingle.
Boards of Canada, catch the Boards of Canada track. It was Boards of Canada after all.
Okay,
Didn't
we got
catch
this
it?
as a follow-up from a month ago. No, I didn't hear it.
All right,
I'll go listen to it.
13 years. First of all, they released the album cover. The album cover is really bad. And it's very
That's
weird.
not what I thought you were going to say.
Well,
how much does an album cover mean to you in terms of why is this put you on edge?
it doesn't, but the typography, they've got Boards of Canada all over the thing. It's like, it's called Inferno if you're looking it up. But it's just it's strange. Anyway, Reddit's going nuts.
That's fine to me.
Yeah, I don't know. You're not a real
18 tracks.
book. I know. 18 tracks, and they just released track 1 and 2.
Yeah,
and
I'll give it a list.
I was like, I know I had you in my head a little bit because I know you'll always wait for the album to drop if it's something that you're really, really hanging out for, right?
Yeah. If an artist that I love is putting out a band, I try not to over-listen to the singles before it comes out.
Yeah, and so the album is coming out on the 29th of May.
Yeah, 18 days.
They dropped this single. That's good math. We could use a guy like you in
I'm just looking at the countdown on Spotify.
Still, and they released the first track, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna be like Nick, and I'm just gonna wait for the album, and I lasted until 11:30 a.m. and I was like, guys is there, and I listen, and it's just, my God, it's such a, it's kind of shoegaze. There's guitars. Oh, Papa, I know no one cares about this apart from Dave Weber, but
shout out Dave Weber. I'm excited for you. I'll listen to it.
Thanks.
Give it a crack. In 18 days.
And it's your birthday coming up.
It is
next week.
It is. Yes.
How old you
Next
turning?
weekend. The old 37. I had to actually genuinely think that for a second.
37. Huh?
Yeah, the good one. People tell me that's the good one.
Doing anything?
Prime number.
Doing
exciting.
anything for your birthday?
Might try and do a dinner. Try and do a din-dins, but it'll probably be pretty chill.
Okay.
Going
and
to
Mother's
dog
Day.
class.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day today. Happy Mother's Day to everyone listening who's a mother or has one, or just likes the concept of mothers. Hey, Michael. If we're doing lightning rounds, I've got a bit of a new seggy here for you. It's called seggy. Yeah. It's not a seggy. It's not a. This will never return. But I've got an idea for you here, Michael. I have some exciting news. You have been nominated for an Academy Award.
What? No.
And we're about to reveal the winners. Here we go. The Academy Award for Best Picture goes to Michael Zabrecki. There Will Be Blood 2. He wasn't finished. Oh, music. Oh my gosh. Michael, come up. And now please give me your Oscar-winning speech.
All right.
This is something that you'd never expected to happen. You're in the moment. You never thought you were going to win. You haven't prepared anything, but here, the auditorium is yours. Your adoring fans are ready. You've always wanted to give your speech, and go.
All right. This is what I fantasize about doing for when I eventually do win the Oscar. This is real.
I knew that you would. Yeah.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you and get out.
Wow, really?
I reckon that'd be cool.
Don't you feel like it would come across a little bit ungrateful?
I think it would.
That's
I know.
your moment.
But I think some people would be like, hey, thanks for not wasting our time.
Okay. You know, I mean, I get that because it's a long ceremony. But when you're up there, you don't think you'd have even the slightest inclination to be like, thank you to my wife. Thank you to God.
I mean, yeah, the thank yous, but the way I see it is like no one cares. Like, okay, blah, 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 I thank this and that and blah and who and he and blah, blah, blah. Like, who cares? It's just the same stuff. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But don't you think the social contract of being given this gift is that you need to show some sort of emotional response to that? Otherwise, they feel like, why did we give this guy an award? You'll never get another Oscar after this.
Well, I want to go down the Sean Penn route. Like, the coolest thing is to not show up for an award ceremony that you won at. So that would be my preference.
Yeah, the Michael Shannon route.
Yeah, like just at a bar, just watching it happen.
Watching the thing, yeah.
That's the ultimate. That's Nirvana apart, as far as winning an award goes.
And Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie, should win an Academy Award.
And they will. But I think if I was going to say anything, I'd want to subvert it. I'd want to subvert it, Nick.
Okay.
Because what am I going to do? I could do it like a joke. Well, that's part of the subversion. I'm going to get political. I'm going to have a message. Oh, I hate a message. Don't you hate a message in a speech?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it with the message.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Well, no, I was curious. I'm glad, you've had the opportunity to win, and congratulations.
That was a really fun game, by the way. Really like that.
I figured that you definitely thought about it.
Oh, for multiple categories.
Yeah. What do you think you won for, by the way? For There Will Be Blood 2.
You said
he
I
wasn't
won.
Finished.
Well, I thought it was the movie. You said I won Best Picture.
You did, yeah. But I mean, probably if you're winning Best Picture, you've been up for other categories as well.
I think Best Supporting Actor.
Okay. You won for Best Supporting Actor. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if anything, I think you should have then thanked your director and, the amazing cast around you. But each to their own.
I'm an unknown. I'm an outsider. I was kind of scouted off the street. Speaking of There Will Be Blood.
Like when they were trying to find Harry Potter.
Speaking of There Will Be Blood, the boy, Dylan Fraser is his real name, but H.W. Plainview, my son and my partner, H.W., that little boy.
Yeah.
First and only movie he's ever been in.
What did you say his name was? Dylan Fraser.
Dylan Fraser. I looked him up a couple of months ago, and he's like does construction now in some thing, and I added him on LinkedIn, and he accepted my LinkedIn request immediately. So we're now buddies on LinkedIn.
Okay.
I went pretty deep.
Okay.
But it's him. He still looks like him. He's obviously taller, but now we're LinkedIn buds.
Okay, well, congratulations.
Thanks.
If you've enjoyed this story of how Michael found a child on LinkedIn and made him his friend, You should listen to more episodes of the Default podcast. So scroll
thanks
back
for that.
through the RSS feed and pick one. You know, it'll make you happy. You can also get in contact with us. We have multiple ways. You can go to us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. You can send emails to deepfort@gmail.com. You can also spot us on Spotify, which has a comment section all of its own. And leave a comment underneath the episode of your choosing. Michael, do we have any comments on last week's episode?
Nope.
Okay. Well, get on it, people. You can also reach... I've said all the things. That was it. That's the end of the outro.
All right. Bitly ball.
Bitly ball. Really?
No.
Please, can we Bitly ball? Oh, I miss Bitly ball.
Do you?
I do miss Bitly ball.
I mean, I just don't feel like playing it today. Is that all right?
That's okay. We can do a rec engine if you want.
All right, let's do a recce.
A rec engine. Grab the keys. Welcome to Deep Thought's recommendation engine. Perfect.
Did you
see speaking of Colbert with Nolan, did you see Sir Ian McKellen with Colbert?
No. I didn't.
What a very nice interview. What a nice man he is.
Good rec. All right.
Oh no. That was my first rec.
Do you want me
Wasted.
to kick it us off?
Yeah,
Considering
Kiki. Yeah.
All right. First one is a movie with an actor I know you love, Adam Scott.
I've heard of him.
Hokum, horror movie. Heard of this?
Oh, I have heard of Hokum.
By
People said it was creepy.
golly,
Actually
it's a
creepy.
fun movie. It's very creepy. It's just a very fun horror movie.
This is the
Great.
author one. I think I've seen a clip of it on Seth Meyers or something.
Seth Meyers, yeah, I think he did
Yeah.
that. And it was kind of, he got scared in the clip.
Yeah.
When he was watching the clip.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a fun little scare, this is great. It's great. That's it. Simple.
That's nice. Oh, well, that's prompted a little recommend from me. Adam Scott is voicing a character in the show Strip Law on Netflix. Have you heard of Strip Law? Strip Law
No.
is a adult animated comedy set in Vegas about a shitty law firm dealing with weird clients. Adam Scott plus what the fuck's that guy's name?
Keith David.
No, Stephen Root. What an icon, Stephen Root, character actor extraordinaire.
Office Space.
Office Space and everything else. Strip Law is a very unlikely to get a second season Netflix comedy, but it is very high jokes per minute, very fun weirdness. It gives me a little bit of BoJacky. You know, it's fun if you feel like a little comedy that you might not have heard of. Strip Law.
You watch animated shows?
I watch quite a few animated shows. I haven't watched as much of late, but I worked probably 18 seasons of Bob's Burgers or something. I don't mind a good animated sitcom.
I tried to watch a Family Guy episode the other day, and it was funny,
Oh my
but I was
God.
like, what? What happened?
I didn't even realize they were still making Family Guy. Are they making Family Guy?
It's still funny.
Really? Family Guy.
All right. I got another movie for you, and then I got a couple of shows, yeah?
Yeah.
Documentary movie called Andre is an Idiot.
Okay.
Tearjerker. Well, no, I won't say that. It's about an eccentric, a very eccentric guy who, in his 50s, gets colon cancer.
Is this fictional? No, or documentary?
It's a doco, yeah. And
Yeah, right.
he's he's kind of got long hair. He was kind of a big kind of marketer. He did like a lot of. he did like some big ad campaigns for bands and Apple and stuff by just going crazy, like being so weird that some like people were like, "That's so crazy, it just might work." So he has this whole career, but he's like he's very eccentric, and it just basically takes you on this journey of him getting cancer and going through, and it's not like there's not a lot of time spent in hospitals, and it's not about the cancer kind of, it's not heavy in that sense. It's more a portrait of this very interesting man, and he's very reflective. He's very reflective on life. He's kind of always making jokes. I really saw a lot of myself in this guy, which I'm only saying that to say that it resonated deeply. It was
relatable, yeah. What'd you say his name was? Sorry,
Andre. It's called Andre is an Idiot.
But what was the guy's name? Andre.
I don't even know.
Or is that just what he calls by?
Well, I don't know his last name. He's not like a famous guy.
Okay.
But yeah, he's just some of the reflections on, like, he has his meetings with his therapist, and he's kind of making jokes when his diagnosis is terminal. And he's kind of making jokes with his therapist, and his therapist is kind of saying to him, "Yeah, I mean, that's funny, Andre, but like, cancer's sad." Like, there's just some really interesting, poignant moments in this film of a guy who tries to make a joke out of everything, and at some point, that serves him well for the majority of his life, and even throughout this cancer. And there's points where it's a coping mechanism, and it's I found it really. So really
why did they make the documentary? Like, who decided to film it?
I think the idea was from his former marketing agency.
Okay. So it's like a former work connection thing. Yeah, interesting.
That might not be true. I'm not really sure. I think it was his brainchild. I think he just probably he's got a lot of money, I think, even though he doesn't look like it. But I think he just probably paid for it, and it just ended up being a really honest portrayal of someone going towards the end of their life. I really love watching people talk about, like, people who know that they're going to die, talking about life.
Have you watched that series? I think it's on Netflix, Last Words or something like that, which was an interview series with, I might have made up that name, but it's an interview series with people who know they're going to die, and they specifically sign a contract that prevents the thing from being released until after they've done.
Is it called gone. Famous Last Words?
Famous Last
Words. Eric Dane was the last one?
Possibly. Yeah, no, that sounds right. Yeah. Because he had ALS, Eric Dane.
Don't sing but it.
Well, he sang it, so I'm just copying it. No.
Jane Goodall.
It's like, yeah, the whole premise of the show is, come in, let's talk about your life, and it won't be out until you're gone. So you can speak completely in confidence, and we'll talk frankly about it, and then, here's your final words. Yeah. That feels totally up your alley. That feels like you should check it out.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of like Oscar speeches, I mean,
yeah,
just the idea of, I mean, we're all dying all the time. This is going to be a fun ending. Just the idea of knowing that your death is imminent, like the reflections that you will have, especially someone who's not religious. Those are the most interesting reflections for me. Just someone just facing, their own existence within the context of the universe, and it's great. Love it.
Yeah, I mean, that it frees you, I suppose. If you know that the end's coming, it frees you to be honest about stuff. So that the interviews have been quite interesting.
Yeah. Are you got another one?
Yeah, I can. Just to circle back to animated things briefly, I will just quickly say we talked about a show called Common Side Effects a couple of years ago, which was like from Mike Judge and a few of the creators behind
It's another
Uh,
animated one.
yeah, I'm talking about animated ones. I'm just listing a couple that were really good. Anyway, you can go back and listen to previous episodes. Common Side Effects is really good. There's a second season coming of it, and I think you would genuinely like it because it's trippy and it's not a comedy. It's like a drama.
It's got that lady from Baskets. Right?
Yeah, Martha Kelly. Yeah, she plays a cop. It's very good. It's about the premise of Common Side Effects. This might jog your memory. Is that they find a mushroom which cures death. So you get hurt, you get injured, you eat the mushroom, and you're revived. And it's about the pharmaceutical race to try and reproduce it and steal it from the person who has it and is growing it, because all of the pharmaceutical companies whose profits are based on fixing or ameliorating pain with drugs do not want an actual cure to come to the market. Yeah, it's really weird and trippy.
Have you been watching The Audacity? With
Audacity.
Zach Galifianakis, the tech bro-y kind of the new series.
No, I forgot that was coming out. No, I forgot
watched
about
the first.
that one.
I watched the first episode. This is not a wreck. This is not a wreck.
This is not a
guys.
wreck, everyone.
It's
This is not
too
a
early.
wreck.
It's simply
Okay.
too early.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just
forgot
thought
that
you'd be
was
all
coming.
over it. SBS on demand.
Okay.
It's on
Audacity.
your network, the AMC.
I think I saw some reviews of it which were a little mixed, and but it must have slid on the radar a little bit. I did want to check it out, but when you said Zach Galifianakis, I thought you were talking about This Is a Gardening Show with Zach Galifianakis.
Was gonna.
Yeah, This Is a Gardening Show with Zach Galifianakis is a gardening show with Zach Galifianakis. He talks for 12 to 15 minutes about a vegetable, and he goes into a garden and he speaks to people who make it, and it's just wonderful. It's lovely. It's just really watchable and delightful.
The lightest viewing you could imagine.
Yeah.
But it's Galifianakis is just a very watchable, funny guy. It's part. What I liked about this is that it's partly kids say the dumbest things. Like he does a lot of
they do chat with kids.
Galifianakis and kids. This is a match made in heaven.
Perfect. Yeah.
I don't care. This is a joke spoiler. He said something so fucking funny, it floored me. He was talking to a kid and he was like, "Do you have any jokes?" And the kid goes, "Knock, knock," and does a knock, knock joke. And then he goes, "Okay, all right." And then he goes to the kid, "Knock, knock." Yeah. Benjamin Netanyahu. And I'm like, he's saying this to a kid. And I'm like, that is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. His ability to roll with kids, but also clearly be delighted by them. Like sometimes it feels like when celebrities are interacting with children, they are uncomfortable in the circumstances, but you can tell that Zach actually likes both the left field comments and the ability to make jokes for the adults that they do not understand at all. It's totally, yeah, it's a good fit.
He does
and also the stuff about gardening is really nice if you like that.
Sure. I mean, I actually did learn something because we're growing carrots at the moment, and that one of those episodes told me when you can tell that the carrots are done.
See, it's worthwhile.
I just realized I forgot the formula for knock knock jokes when I set that up. I forgot the who's there part.
It did seem a little bit like you weren't sure what the joke was.
I said knock knock. Yep. Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah, I wasn't going to draw attention to it. You know, we're at the end here. I was just, I was going to let it slide. I got a couple. Yeah, if we're talking about not wrecks, I do have one episode of a show that I watched that I enjoyed immensely, which is called Widow's Bay, and it is a horror comedy from, I think, a comedian who wrote this story about a mayor on a weird island that is starting to be haunted by fog. It stars Matthew Rhys as this harried mayor who's trying to impress a journalist from the New York Times who's come there and is, going to write a nice piece about how it's a holiday destination, but then bad stuff starts happening. Anyway, if you like Matthew Rhys from things like The Beast in Me or The Americans, This is him playing like a comedy role for once, and it's very enjoyable. And I've only seen the first episode, but I'm just enjoying it. I just like the vibes. Stephen Root's in it. Jeff Hiller.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about this because you posted a video in the Discord chat last night saying this is what my music should sound like.
Yeah, I said it was not what it was. Yeah.
Knock. Who's there?
Oh, you do remember how it goes.
Easy. It's easy. It's very easy. Should I Marry a Murderer? Netflix docu-series. Dude, I'm not a big datey, true crimey Netflix series guy. But this show is bonkers. It's bloody bonkers, Nick. It's really good. It's crazy, but it's good. It's this woman who's, I think she's my age or not your age because you're a bit older. And the clue is in the title. I won't say anything about it. Who cares? It's bonkers though. It's bonkers.
I also just want to throw out one last show, which was Deadlock. Deadlock is the Australian comedy murder mystery series written by the Kate McLean and Kate McCartney, who did Get Crackin', who did The Catering Show, two very funny comedians who did 2 seasons of a Amazon Prime murder mystery show set in Australia, but sort of inverting a lot of the classic tropes of it. The first one's set in Tasmania. The second one, which just finished, is set in the Northern Territory. And they're both just very well written Australian versions of a town where the weirdo people, when there's a mystery and a dead body and what's going on, but with funny actors and good lines as well as like a serious mystery. It's just very good.
Did you ever watch The Australian Office?
I did.
Good grief guy.
Yeah, we were going to talk about it eventually, but we never got around to it.
Was it terrible?
I didn't think it was terrible. I think all comedies are difficult. I think the first season of The American Office was bad, and it only got good when they gave it the runway to figure out its own rhythms. And I think it's a shame that this Australian one didn't get a chance to do that. I think it had elements that I liked.
I heard it was too woke. That's what Twitter's saying. I heard it was too woke.
Because there was a woman in the role. I thought she was actually really good, but it just...
There's no women bosses. I mean, it was fantasy.
Is that the problem?
Fantasy.
The best episode that I watched of that was one about the Melbourne Cup Day, because it felt unique to Australia. Like, that's not an office dynamic that they do in the UK or in the US. And because of that, it enabled a lot of like specific jokes and comedy that I actually really found quite funny. So
that's the only chance that they've got, is to lean into the bespokeness of cultural bespokeness, I guess.
That's all you can do. But again, they didn't get a chance to like run the runway, like it's
Is it cancelled?
So yeah, so that was that.
Isn't that funny that Ricky Gervais is just like just completely sold out and embraced it and jokes about it and brags about it almost. He's just like, check, I'll sell it to it,
Yeah, it was an uphill battle. It's a shame that it was with Amazon. I think maybe if it was elsewhere, they could have had a crack on it.
Amazon.
If you liked Family Guy, by the way, you should check out Solar Opposites. Solar Opposites was a show about an alien family, and it's got kind of that dynamic, except it was originally created by Justin Roiland before he got booted from the show because he was a creep. But the comedy of it starts off as 2 like aliens and 2 small aliens, and the voices of like Thomas Middleditch and Dan Stevens eventually, and over the course of the show, they just increasingly lean into them being gay dads and going increasingly off the rails. And I just watched the end of it, which was the 6th season, and it was very good.
Is Middleditch back?
He's lingering, I think.
I saw a clip of his improv show with Ben Schwartz.
There's a couple but it was old. Clearly Ben Schwartz has cut him out because they've not been working together since all of that.
My understanding of Middle Ditch cancellation was that it was like in the Aziz Ansari kind of realm, and there's a couple of these cancelled guys that just took way too. They took themselves out for way too long. I feel like, maybe Jonah Hill's kind of part of that as well. Like didn't
Jonah
need
Hill's
to
done other weird stuff.
I watched that movie Outcome the other day. This new movie that he's directed with Keanu Reeves, Cameron Diaz.
Yeah. Wasn't it meant to be absolutely fucking terrible?
That's why I watched it. I was so curious.
Yeah.
It was absolutely, it was bizarrely terrible. Like the color grading, like on it was everything about it was so weird. It just wasted talent. Cameron Diaz. By the way, can I just say controversial take here, Nick? Spicy meatball, if you will. Keanu Reeves.
I don't think we have space.
Keanu Reeves.
Be careful, please.
I know people.
He's beloved.
Look, I know he is beloved. I beloved him. I beloved him. I beloved him. I do. I beloved him. But let's be honest. Keanu Reeves is all good guy energy because has anyone seen a good Keanu Reeves performance? It doesn't exist. He's very weird actor. He's a bad actor. He's good. He's got charisma at the wazoo, but he's terrible actor. What is a good? Give me a good Keanu performance.
The Lake House. No. He's very good in A Scanner Darkly. He's very good in
when he was animated. Okay.
That was a rotoscope performance. He did all of that. He was very good in Constantine. He was very good in John Wick films. He was funny. What was the one that he was in that he was funny recently?
The Aziz Ansari movie, the Angel one. That was boring.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
It was stinkeroo.
I forget.
Point Blank.
What about Sonic the Hedgehog 3?
Look, I love Keanu Reeves. I'll watch him all day. Just can't act. All good. It's fine.
I don't think that's true.
You haven't named one movie though where he gave a good performance.
I've named multiple movies that I think he's good in. He was good in Matrix Resurrections.
Do you reckon you could call your kid Keanu?
I think it would get...
It's a risk.
Yeah.